Hi guys, Jordan from P&P Campers. I'm just going to do your Handover video on your Bessecarr E410. So it's on the 62 plate Fiat Ducato chassis, or it could well be labelled up as a Peugeot Boxer, but I think it's Fiat Ducato. Yep. So under the bonnet, they're all nice and easy on this particular style of chassis. So you've got washer fluid over in the top right, power steering fluid just below that, and your engine coolant. Brake fluid attached to the servo behind it, and your engine oil filling point and dipstick just here. So everything levels wise is all just here in this one nice little corner. Then got your air filter, sits inside this little box just here. The engine battery on these chassis sits under the floor in the cab just in front of the passenger seat. So if you wanted to jump start it, you got the positive terminal just here under this little cover. And your earthing point, or your negative terminal, is just there. It does say that just there. So that's about it for under the bonnet, really. The actual bonnet release handle on these ones is just here inside the passenger door. And your fuel filling point is also just here next to the passenger door on the near side. You need your ignition key to get that open. Just next door to that, we've got this big locker here, which is underneath the near side settee. So you've got your leisure battery inside here. So that is what looks like a 110 amp hour battery. So that's good. So that's just a leisure battery. You've got space for another one next door to that if you ever wanted to do that. But as it stands, it's just the one. Just loads of storage basically in there, really. These two vents just here are to do with your fridge. So if you took these off, which is just by pushing these little bits to the right and then this one to the left, this will then come off. Just basically give you access to the back of the fridge if you should ever need to do that. But that's it really. You've actually got two waste drains on this particular vehicle, which I don't really know why, but I suppose it means because it's quite a big tank, it means you get to empty it out completely on both sides, I suppose. So that's one of the waste drains just there. And your other one is just down there. So the freshwater tank has its own drain under the floor inside, which I'll show you later on when we get in there, but they're both waste drains on the outside there. Then got your toilet cassette locker just here. So when you pull this open and take this cap off, it gives you access to your flush fluid. Now, the flush fluid reservoirs can sometimes be a bit confusing because they work on a U-bend. There's fluid here, in there, but there's no fluid here, or there's very, very little fluid in this little sort of reservoir here. So even if you can see fluid in here, this probably won't even work because there needs to be about this much in this little reservoir here. All right, so even though it shows you that there's some there, it probably won't actually have any in the system. So you basically just need to pour into here, which seems wrong, but actually when you pour it into this won't overflow. It will just stay at that exact same level, and just watch the level here come up until about halfway to 3/4 full. And that's your pre-mixed pink fluid that needs to go in there. You then got the actual cassette itself. So you can lift up the little green button at the bottom and then pull the whole thing out. So you've got a bench seat style toilet in this one, and I know that because you've got the double-sized cassette there. So all you need to know really simple is that you drain the toilet cassette out from this point just here. All right, this is also a gauge to show you how much blue fluid to put back in. So take that off to drain it from there. When you're actually physically draining it, you should be holding down the little green button there at the back. And then once you've drained it out and put the and sort of like put it back into this position, or even before you put it back into this position, blue fluid goes into here. And as I said, about a cap full of your blue fluid into there. Give it a little swoosh around, put this back, and then push it all the way back in. And that is it. And